Welcome to another YouTube video, and today's topic is a big one. I'm going to be talking about controlling your nervous system while trading, or regulating your nervous system while trading. So the big factor that everyone skips out on is regulating their nervous system before jumping into any single trade. Now, most people don't lose their trades because their strategy is bad or because of their psychological levels. Most people lose their trades because their nervous system is fried. Their nervous system is not at the level where it's supposed to be. Today's video, I'm going to be covering how to regulate your nervous system in order to execute trades the way you want to. Trading usually triggers fight or flight mode. The body usually can't separate the difference between a stop loss and a threat. When you're dysregulated, you usually tend to overtrade, chase trades, move your stop loss, enter with bigger lots than you should. A dysregulated trader definitely cannot be a profitable trader, so this is something to master. Here are some unseen factors about having a dysregulated nervous system that you may not even be aware of. Clicking in and out of trades compulsively. This is the biggest factor. If you see your trade going up straight away or down, you tend to leave and enter again, leave and enter again. This isn't a sign of failure or fear. This is a sign of a dysregulated nervous system. The second factor is watching every tick or every move in the market. So if you just entered a trade, you tend to watch every single movement that the market is doing. This is another big sign of a dysregulated nervous system. Now, the biggest factor and the most important factor that a lot of people miss out is having the idea of I need to win it back. Having the idea of you need to winning the trade back is the biggest factor of a dysregulated nervous system. The reason for this is because you are not accepting the risk, no matter if the trade is a win or a loss. Trying to overtrade and recover the losses. Having to win back some of the losses you may have took is the biggest factor of this regulated nervous system that you may not even be aware of. Now, I'm going to give you some factors that you can put into work and actually train your nervous system to understand what you are doing in the markets. As you know, trading is the hardest but the easiest way to get rich. Now, if you're here to get rich, you should already know what I'm about to say. Very bad dysregulated nervous system. Trading is a percentage game. As you know, you would risk a certain percentage in order to make a certain percentage. If during a trade you lose a percentage of the amount you was meant to risk on the day, but go into another trade right after to make that all back, what does that tell you? Another sign that you might actually not be aware of is trading in sessions that you shouldn't be trading. As you know, to be able to be a consistent, profitable trader, you must have a plan set in place. If your plan tells you to start trading during New York AM session and you are in the markets ready to execute end of London session, which is tend to be around 12 before New York actually kicks in, and you are in a trade, what does that tell you? First of all, you haven't followed your plan. Since you haven't followed your plan, your nervous system is all over the place. It doesn't have a pattern that it should follow. Secondly, just because you've seen your setup that is not in your session does not mean you should automatically be in that trade. This is a big factor of a dysregulated nervous system because you are not following the exact plan that you set for yourself. Now the time you've all been waiting for, I'm going to give you easy steps you can take in order to rebuild your confidence and also regulate your nervous system. Number one, it does sound cliche, but entering with a smaller lot size will definitely take a lot of weight off your shoulders. Entering with a small lot size means that you are risking less than you usually would. Risking less than you usually would tends to equal to accepting the risk. If you usually trade and you risk $200 and you're only risking $20 on this trade, you would not be feeling where you usually feel. This also links to having a less threat. Having less threat in front of you tends to help you stay calm. Helping you stay calm is what helps you regulate your nervous system back up to the point where you usually trade. Your nervous system doesn't care about your goals. It cares about survival. Number two, no micromanaging. No moving stop loss due to emotions. No closing out a trade because of fear. And last but not least, take the SL or TP. As you know, before you enter a trade, you will put your stop loss and your take profit. Ask yourself, Why did I place those positions in the place that I've placed them? Reason why you've placed your stop loss there is to be able to risk the amount that you are willing to risk. The reason why you've put your take profit there is because you are happy with the profit that you... While these positions are set in place, you are not allowed to leave the trade no matter what. You either take the SL or you take the TP as planned. So you might be asking, why does this work? This teaches your body that uncertainty isn't dangerous. The reason why your nervous system feels deregulated is because danger equals uncertainty. Uncertainty equals danger. If you was to train your body, you will help your nervous system understand that uncertainty does not automatically equal danger. The third step, which is probably the most crucial step that you should follow: pause after emotional trades. We've all been there. After a big win, after a big loss, after a heart-pounding trade, step away for 5-10 minutes. Breathe, go for a walk, maybe go have something to eat, and then come back. You don't rest by trading more, you rest by stopping. Now we're coming to the end of the video, so I just want to quickly recap on everything that's been listed. This does sound backwards, but it's definitely powerful. Stop while you're regulated. When you feel a certain emotional way or a psychological way that you usually don't feel, it's time to walk back. Don't push for dopamine. Dopamine does not deregulate your nervous system. The only thing it does is trigger it. And last but not least, leave on a neutral or calm tone. If you are highly regulated, do not come back to trade more, because you're going to be chasing rather than executing. And just remember, your nervous system always remembers the ending, and the calm ending builds long-term longevity. Consistency is knowing when to stop. So that's it for the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed and took a lot of lessons in. If you want anything more similar to this topic, please do let me know in the comments below. And until next time, thank you for watching.